I'm Samuel Atkinson, and today I'll be discussing the topic of the contact between the Spanish and the Aztecs. Before we begin, I will give you a brief summary of who the Aztecs and the Spanish are.
The Aztecs were one of the biggest pre-Columbian societies in the Americas. They were a notoriously violent tribe that did everything in the name of their gods. The Spanish, on the other hand, were an established society looking for more land and wealth.
Columbus actually found America by accident while looking for trade routes through to Asia. During his stay in America, he discovered the Aztecs, and that's how it all started.
Soon the first meeting between the Aztecs and the Spanish was arranged. The Aztec leader then invited the Spanish into the city, thinking they were gods. The Spanish stayed in the city for some time, but eventually learned of the customs and sacrifices. Eventually the Spanish were let free and went back home to get back up. When Hernan Cortes arrived, he firstly travelled up the coast to make a settlement. He entered a rival tribe of the Aztecs' territory and engaged in a battle. The Spaniards won, and the tribe agreed to help take Tenochtitlan. By this time, Montezuma, the Aztec emperor at the time, had heard of the Spanish. Montezuma tried to send the Spaniards gifts to show his power and authority. He sent them gifts of gold and silver, which in Aztec culture showed power and wealth, but in the Spanish culture showed weakness, pleading, and cowardice.
Another allied tribe of the Aztecs, the Tlaxcalans, set up a meeting with Cortes. They were intending to kill Cortes, but ended up getting killed by his men. Because of this, the Spanish were able to add 1,000 Tlaxcalans to their army. The beliefs of both sides were clashing and causing a misunderstanding. The Spanish started sending small gifts back to anger the Aztecs, but it just said to the Aztecs that they were submitting. At this point, the Totonacs had decided to return to their home. Despite this, the Spanish army was still much bigger than it would have been. The Spanish then decided to take a tactical approach by taking the most difficult way to Tenochtitlan. They chose this difficult path through the mountain so that they could surprise Tenochtitlan and have the best chance of defeating the Aztecs and taking the city.
The Aztecs lauded the Tenochtitlans and took the city. They fought with dogs, guns, and crossbows, but eventually the real killer was disease.
On August 13th, 1521, after finally defeating the Aztec resistance, a total of 240,000 people are believed to have died in the siege. This of course ended the Aztec civilizations. After this victory, Cortes built up the New Mexico City on the ruins of Tenochtitlan, and it swiftly became the premier European center in the New World. This was our documentary, and we thank you for your attention. A word from the producer. No animals or humans were harmed during this documentary.